All right, let's talk about the Ace family, and more specifically, Catherine Mcbroom. Okay, so Austin on the internet gets tons of hate, probably the majority of the hate, and I really don't think it is all his fault. As a matter of fact, I think Catherine is actually the mastermind behind the entire situation. Their house video that they recently uploaded on November 27th had a lot of red flags and things that I want to cover. But first, let's go over Catherine's backstory a little bit. She was dating Michael Jordan originally prior to dating Austin, and they started the Ace family in 2016, a year later after they started dating in 2015. So Catherine's career really started much sooner than we all are aware. Victoria's Secret she was working for at the age of 16 and went on to model for Azalea Swimwear in 2013, as well as several other brands. She had also worked at an ice cream parlor prior to taking on a VIP management gig at Arcadia, Miami. Right? So all of this was prior to this whole beginning of the end, essentially. She then makes the Ace family with Austin, and that's when they start exploiting their children for views and for money and for things along those lines, right? And these family vlog channels, man, they should not be out there to begin with, for one, but for two, whatever. We can forgive some of these channels that aren't over the top, right? But it becomes very abusive and very neglectful very quickly, right? These children are employees and they can't consent. They can't say yes or no to being in the films, that kind of stuff. There's no rules, there's no laws, there's none of that stuff. So they can be worked 24/7, 7 days a week if they need to be, right? And you also get situations where people go above and beyond, like Daddy 05, where they abuse their children for views and clicks. And this is a similar situation, but it's it's pretty bad, and it's a long running gig, and sadly it works extremely well and is very lucrative, which is another sad thing that they had to decide to go out and scam their fans and other people as well, given the fact that they were already making so much money off their children anyways. But Catherine decides she wants her own beauty line. 1212 Gateway is born October 23rd, 2020. That's when the patent came out, and they launched December 2020. And it's kind of odd that the company's website doesn't actually state the day that it was launched. You have to actually take a look for that. But fast forward into the future, this business is making money, right? People are buying, they're enjoying the products, or not so much, as some of the reviews would soon come out and show. Catherine is sees this money rolling in. She says, "Wow, I really got, the crappy end of the deal," because she ends up partnering with TBL Cosmetics, and that is who is giving her a percentage of the sales. She's essentially just the face of this brand, and she actually has nothing to do with the back end at all. But she sees that money's coming in and she wants a bigger piece of the pie. So some of you may have heard about her locking her business partners out of the social medias and then shutting down the website for 2 whole weeks, right? And obviously the company is going to be pissed off. You lose a lot of business. And in situations like this where you knock down the store and that kind of stuff, that's a lot of lost revenue, right? So Catherine is obviously on the hook for that and is now being sued for $30 million by TBL Cosmetics for, the damages that she's caused. And it's absolutely insane that she would go that far. That's like the crazy ex-girlfriend or the crazy psycho stalker that hacks all your socials and then starts messaging the other girls that you're now talking to and being like, whoa, right? Insane, crazy. Everything behind those eyes is just crazy. And in their house video where they said our house story, it really, really appears that Austin Mcbroom is uncomfortable, anxious, and very much at his wife's mercy, right? He's not allowed to speak unless he's spoken to. At least that is pretty much what I gather from the whole video, because Catherine does not stop talking. Austin pipes up here and there, but has very anxious movements, biting his lip, chewing his fingernails, picking at his beard or his neck, his hands, moving his legs, putting his legs up. all of this movement while Catherine is very still, minus some hand movements and a few gestures here and there. So it's very clear that Catherine is 100% the one holding the balls these days. So the first portion of this video where I really notice the Catherine situation is this part at about 10 minutes in. They're talking about their home being broken into. Let's take a look. So right here, she talks about coyotes and dogs being dropped off, people showing up to their home. This was prior to them moving. So let's take a listen here.
I don't know. So, long story short, we had our house broken into. It was really public. We filmed it. I told Austin to film it. It was really unlike me, but I was like, we have to film this because we have to let people know why we're moving.
So there's another instance, or should we say, the first instance of her taking control over a situation and saying, oh, Austin, we have to film this for, obviously content, right? We have to let everybody know. And it's really unlike her, which is definitely a red flag in my opinion.
Blah, 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 blah. It was this whole thing. And because at the time, it was so public, someone made a fake receipt and said that we hired, a fake cop, and, people were saying that the shit wasn't true. And anyways.
So that's the first instance. Let's jump out of here and take a look at another instance. So here they talk about the pool, and it gets really bad here in a minute. So take a listen.
Yeah. So another thing that was wrong with the house.
The pool.
Oh my God, the freaking pool.
The pool was the scariest thing.
Oh my God. Okay, so I have to talk about this. So remember when Austin went in the jet ski and the neighbors were complaining and this and that, and we didn't really speak on it because
this was a whole scandal with Austin Mcbroom. He basically rode a jet ski back and forth in the pool and was destroying neighbors' houses underneath with all the water.
Well, now I can finally speak on it. So I'm going to speak on it right now.
Okay.
There should be nothing wrong ever with an owner of a home doing anything he wants with his pool. You got a pool, you freaking happy as hell. If you want to put a freaking jet ski in it, you put a jet ski in it, right?
I think the main issue is the fact that they destroyed multiple neighbors' homes and splashed water everywhere. But, whatever. He should be able to put a jet ski in the pool, even if it ruins everybody else's time.
But this is the issue. There was no retaining wall built around the bottom hill of our house because the builder didn't build one. He didn't get a certificate of occupancy. He didn't get anything approved. Nothing was done right. We didn't know.
Basically, we had a half-finished house.
We had no, not even maybe 30% finished. The house is still not even finished, and the bones of the house aren't even good. The finishing on the house is terrible. I give that a 0. The bones, I give that a 10, and that's to 100, right? The land, 100, beautiful land, yeah. But everything else, trash, right? So now let me explain.
So the pool.
Okay, so the
retaining wall was an issue because that's why the water was seeping over to our neighbor's yard, and that's why they, were upset about everything. Also, the pool also.
So he just reiterated the same thing that she said, basically.
Also had cracks in it, meaning there was a possibility for this pool to literally just explode.
It could literally very much still happen, but thank God it's off of our hands right now because that pool is scary.
Yeah,
and the people
I don't know if we should be saying this because someone just bought the house.
No, I'm gonna go in. No, the lenders
But listen,
okay, wait, I'm gonna go fucking in. Go.
So they're laughing right now currently about somebody's life potentially being destroyed because of this pool, because it's somebody else's problem now that it's out of their hands and somebody else bought it. But I'm pretty sure from what I saw that the bank is just taking it because it's being foreclosed on. So they're laughing about, somebody potentially getting hurt because of their crap builders and because of their crap decision-making skills, which is absolutely despicable and disgusting. So here's another part where Austin is extremely nervous and has a lot of nervous reactions. Again, I'm not like a therapist or a psychiatrist or something, so I don't know, but this is just something that I have, learned or picked up on over the years.
Someone we hired.
And a new door.
Right,
you got a new door.
Why would I spend $45,000 on a custom door recently?
I think it was
Why would anybody spend $45,000 on a freaking door, dude?
more than that, but
It was more than that.
It was 43. Why would I spend that much on a door that I'm not gonna even live in the house?
Touches
My
his face.
goal was to keep and save my home.
Beard.
My goal was to keep putting money into it.
Yeah.
And
you guys know what she hates. I got a damn boxing ring at the house.
Yeah, I hate that freaking boxing
I
ring.
had people build a boxing ring in my backyard, literally, because we felt like we were gonna be there forever.
Yeah, and if you notice, the reason why we've never
Shaking
finished
legs,
furnishing our house
chewing his
was
lips,
because intuitively
touching
I
his
knew
face again,
we were never gonna stay that long because
picking
I
his
was
lip.
just we're never gonna get
There's too many issues.
occupancy.
Yeah. There's too many
so many issues. Why am I?
And if you, in case you missed that, over my, pointing out that he is continuing to touch his face as I touched mine, she is talking about intuitively they knew that they weren't going to stay there, and maybe that's because they knew this whole time that they were scamming people and that the stuff that they were doing was going to eventually catch up to them. But hey, that's just, a maybe, and who knows. So she's talking about the loan for the house, the original loan that they got in order to have this house.
Great. And the house was evaluated at the time at like 15 million. So I was like, okay, that's cool, right? He got us a loan and ended up being double the price that I was going into it. Like, I was like, he showed us the new loan and he was like, this is all that the lenders could do. And I literally almost had a heart attack. I was like, oh my God, like, this is so expensive. But you know what? This is my house. Fuck it. I'll just pay it. And then.
So they'll just pay it, even though they were planning for half the mortgage payments, right? But she was like, you know what? Whatever, I'm going to make the decision to pay this huge, expensive loan. And now look at where they are.
It's going to last for 18 months, right? So the loan was 18 months. Okay, let me explain something to you. When you get a loan, usually it's like 30 years, but because ours was a jumbo loan, it was 18 months, and then we're supposed to get another loan, right? So when the loan ends, you're supposed to get a new loan. But you cannot get a new loan unless you have the certificate of occupancy. So what happened to us, and this is what everyone saw, like, and everyone was questioning, was that after the 18 months ends, you're supposed to shop around and get a new loan. Nobody would give us a new loan because we didn't legally have a certificate of occupancy, so no one would do it. And then we found one person that was like, yeah, I'll give you the loan, and you're gonna have to pay this, like, what's it called when you have to pay, like a service fee?
A service
like
fee.
They were like, you have to pay like interest.
Yeah, interest.
So
Oh yeah, the service fee called interest.
they were like, you have to pay this much in interest, and I was like, oh my God, that's so much, but fuck it, we'll do it. What happened at the 18 months?
So again, talking about we'll do it, even though it's way more than they could afford.
I pay my mortgage like I do every month, every on time. Like, if you know me, you know that I pay my fucking bills. Like, for people to say, say,
how can we trust you?
Right? Yeah, I mean, I agree with Mr. Austin in this situation. How do we trust you, Mr. Austin? How do we trust these happy, smiling, giddy, making jokes, scam artists? How do we trust you?
For people to say
That's
that
a
we
good
don't pay our
question.
bills and that we're going broke, it's so crazy because one day we're rich and the other day everyone's calling us broke. And then one day everyone loves us and the other day everyone fucking hates us. And it's like, can you just freaking let us live? Like, okay, so anyways, at the 18 months, I pay, like, it's direct deposit.
You pay.
Oh,
we pay the mortgage.
So it just goes.
What am I saying? What did I say? Right there, dude. That right there. You could see Austin's ego being slowly sucked into his little cuck body, right? As she says, I pay the mortgage, I pay the bills, me, I made the decisions. Catherine is the mastermind behind all of this. She is the orchestra or orchestrator, orca. She's a big freaking whale, okay?
Pay, like, it's
We
direct
pay,
deposit.
You pay.
Oh,
we pay the mortgage.
so it just goes and then it comes back, and I'm like, what the hell? Why does money just come back into my account, right? Because I do all accounting and look at everything and stuff. And then I call Alan, his dad, who helps us a lot with the house.
So she does all the accounting as well. So she controls the money, she controls the decisions, she controls the choices. I mean, she's got Mr. Austin Mcbroom's sitting like this. Anyways, let's continue.
And other things, and I'm like, hey Alan, like, what's going on with the lenders? Like, my money just came back. He goes, oh, like, they're saying that they don't want to do it anymore. Like, they don't want to, like, keep.
They don't want to be lenders anymore.
Yeah, they don't want to be the lenders anymore. Like, basically, like, go find somebody else. And I'm like, but I can't find somebody else because I don't have certificate of occupancy. No one's gonna do it for me.
Yeah.
So then, and mind you, it's like $8 million or something. So, like, even if I was a billionaire, like, I would have just put $8 million to keep a piece of shit, right? Like, what the hell? So anyways, so then I'm like, whatever, you know what? I'm just gonna freaking keep living my life, keep doing what I do, just freaking be positive, just stay positive, Catherine, stay positive.
And staying positive really helped them with that foreclosure of theirs. So yeah, that's definitely good. Man, this whole situation is so messed up, but the farther we get into this video specifically, we can see where some of the other scams and stuff come up as Catherine's ideas as well.
Help them. No one gives a fuck, right? Just goes in a system and then it's foreclosure, and because we have like hawk eyes like all over our shit trying to find something wrong with us every day, someone saw it and said, oh, let me make a video, and then all the little T-channel nobodies who don't know what they're talking about.
And this was crazy. This is what I have to say. Sorry for you keep going. Like, this is what's crazy. Like the fact that people were having so much fun with this drama about our house. Like, people,
No.
People were literally like
happy
that that our house was like under foreclosure, like we were gonna lose our house. Like people
It's a
really
good
thought this
thing.
was like the best thing that's ever happened to the world.
It's like they were just like so happy to hear that. Like, it was
guys,
great
like
news.
god damn,
Like, bitch, get out of your house.
like
let
have
me
a
in your
heart,
house.
like have a heart. Like,
Austin, come on, man. Have a heart, T channels. Have a heart after the Tesla scam and their millionaire scam and this other stuff that I'm going to jump into right when we're done dissecting this video. Yeah, we should be the ones to have a heart, Austin. We should be the ones to have a heart. While you're the multimillionaires, you know, living your lavish lifestyle and scamming people, we should be the ones having a heart. So here they go on to talk about the lawsuits that they put out, which I guess is one lawsuit they've put out before, and they have 2 lawsuits or 3 potentially against
We've
them.
never sued anyone unless it was like, we're suing because you did this. We only have 1 lawsuit that we've sued somebody, and that we only have 2 lawsuits against us, right?
I believe so.
And one of them is like completely like it's thrown out, right? It was thrown out, already thrown out. Actually, already settled.
Was it thrown out though, Catherine, or was it settled? Because that makes the difference, right? If it was thrown out and let go and they just won and they didn't do anything wrong, then that's a different story. Or did they settle for multiple thousands of dollars? That's kind of the difference right there, Catherine.
And then the other one is with LiveX.
Yeah,
and that one's going into settlement right now. So.
Okay, yeah, just start all this.
So they're gonna settle that one too.
I like that. Yeah.
But like a lawsuit doesn't mean that like, oh, you did something wrong. Like if someone sues you, it doesn't mean you did something wrong. It can mean like there was miscommunication, or like there's like you're not agreeing with your partners or something, or something happened.
Or like you lock your partners out of all the socials, take down the website, and cost them thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. It's so quirky, Catherine.
It doesn't
You
always mean
bitch.
something bad. Like people have lawsuits all the time. Just throwing that there. But as far as like us suing anybody, like we should be suing these people, but like time and energy, like I'm just so over it. Like I just want to move on. I lost millions of dollars. We lost millions of dollars in this.
She even stutters and corrects herself there, saying, we'll play it again.
Like people have lawsuits all the time. Just throwing that there. But as far as like us suing anybody, like we should be suing these people, but like time and energy, like I'm just so over it. Like I just want to move on. I lost millions of dollars. We lost millions of dollars.
We lost millions of dollars. She very clearly doesn't respect Austin as any type of influence or part of this, considering all the eye talk. Either that or she sees Austin as an extension of herself and not his own person, right? Somebody who's just under her little thumb, squished under the thumb. She lost millions of dollars. Come on, puppet boy. Let's get back to this video though.
And we're probably gonna get like 5 more houses in the next 10 years. Like
this whole situation is absolutely diabolical, and I think they deserve every little bit of what they're getting, what they're going through. So, and as I mentioned previously as well, Catherine's scams, as well as millionaire course that they had put out as well, which was also a scam, which is pretty insane. So they did a Tesla giveaway, which required people to follow 9 different Instagram accounts. 9 different Instagram accounts. You had to follow the accounts, you had to tag 2 friends, and then you were entered to win a Tesla, right? And they gave away 3 Teslas, and which just turned out to be a scam to drive engagement to their other platforms and their other posts. And the other accounts were their dog's account, 2 brand accounts for clothing, their children's accounts. The baby has like 1 million followers. He's like 1 or something. The next child has like 2.2 million followers on their Instagram account. And then the next one up there has like 5 million or so Instagram followers, which is crazy. These are children that you're subjecting to this type of absolute destruction. These children are going to become extremely dependent on, outward validation and likes and views and being a high quality influencer at all times, or a high earning influencer at all times, or they're going to spiral really bad, have a lot of mental health problems, and then end up like other child stars, hitting the bottle and probably doing terrible things to people, right? Like this is just absolutely despicable. These family channels are disgusting. And at the end of the day, man, it's abuse. Shh. The bird agrees with me. So going over this article from Dextro.com, Ace family launches $50 per month millionaire program despite admitting to scams. Right, so not only have they admitted to scams, but they also actively had that Tesla scam recently and have done other things that have been absolutely awful. All mastermind, from what I can tell, from Catherine. Austin Mcbroom announced his latest ambitious business venture, How I Became a Millionaire, which he claims he will teach fans the secrets to social media to help them achieve their dreams. $50 a month for that, man. How I Became a Millionaire, HiBAM, is the Ace family's new online learning program that claims to teach us how to become social media millionaire influencers like Mcbroom himself. Some of the courses on the site include how to make money from social media, how to grow your social media platforms, and in order to access these courses, fans need to purchase gold memberships, which is priced at $50 a month. The program was announced on Instagram with the official HiBAM account already standing at 23K followers. In a video posted to the account, Mcbroom can be seen standing outside his mansion in the front, various sports cars, which he says he achieved through the power of social media, which is basically true. I mean, let's be honest, he got all of this from social media. And the craziest thing was, if they were just humble and purchased things within their means, they would never have needed to scam their fans to begin with. They would have never needed these multiple scams, and they could absolutely have lived off a very, very comfortable income with their 19 million subscribers on their YouTube channel. I mean, it's absolutely insane that you'd have to go that far to scam, right? People are making full-time incomes at 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, like 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 15 grand a month with 100K subs. Never mind 19 million. These guys are probably pulling multiple thousands alone in ad revenue per month, probably close to $50,000, $60,000, right? Why do they need to scam? What happened to the Ace Club? This new venture comes 6 months after the Ace Club, a premium members-only platform, which was shut down. The website, which also operated as an app for smartphones, required users to subscribe for $2.99 a month to gain access to exclusive content, live streams, and giveaways. Opening up the Ace Club Instagram live stream, Austin Mcbroom explained that the website wasn't fit for purpose, and he admitted that as a result of using the Ace Clubs were effectively scammed, although he insisted that they had refunded everybody who had subscribed to the platform. Austin Mcbroom recently blamed a web developer for the Ace Club failing in the live. Austin admits that he scammed his fans, and he adds that they refunded everybody. So there you have it. I mean, they admit to scamming fans. They then open up a $50 a month. They're like $2.99. We scammed all of those people. It worked really well. And they're like, how much more can we take from our fans? And they open up this $50 a month scam as well. How to become a millionaire, man. It's just absolutely crazy. This situation is despicable, diabolical, between the child abuse, the child neglect, using their children for money, and so on and so forth. And then you tack on scams, issues paying their own bills, and then Catherine's absolute diabolical look and behavior is just crazy. Catherine Mcbroom, I believe, is the mastermind behind this whole situation. And I was going through some of their older videos as well. So we'll take a look here where Catherine decides that she doesn't want to stop talking.
Okay, so next question is, how do you feel like your guys' lives have changed over the years?
I feel like we partially answered this question in the previous question about changing it.
Okay, so I got something to say. So a lot of people say, I've seen this many times, people say, you guys have changed.
I've got something to say.
And my answer to this is we have 100% changed in a sense.
Yeah.
We have evolved, okay? When
Evolved
you
into
evolve
scamming.
as a person, things change. Things around you change. People around you change. You change, right?
You lose your house.
But we have evolved to be better people, 100% better people. We have learned a lot. There's a lot more wisdom to us.
Wisdom.
Obviously, our surroundings have changed, and I think that a lot of people automatically say that that's the reason why we've changed, is because our surroundings changed, like our home changed, our cars changed. But we as people have not changed. I feel like when you live through life, you look forward to things like buying a home, you look forward to having a family, you look forward to buying the car that you always wanted, you look forward to growing your business and getting your education and all this. And I feel like we were able to do that in such a short period of time, and people a lot of times they want to kind of like attack you because they cannot relate to
Look
the
at how much she
changes
talks.
that you had,
This is at
the
1.5
evolving that you
speed.
had. And so
Okay, I feel like I'm listening to like a motivational
Welcome to
speaker right now.
Catherine's podcast.
I feel like you're on my life right now. I'm like really tuned in.
So I feel like when I see comments like that, I get kind of upset because one thing that people don't even know is like every 7 years, every cell in your body changes. You're like a new person, okay? So I feel like And so I feel like that has definitely most certainly happened to us, but we are definitely the same people, guys. We're the same Ace family. Maybe I gained a little weight, you know, had a couple kids. Maybe, you know, Austin over here getting a little weight too, a little. But we're still,
get my body back.
we're still the same people, you know. We went through this era, and you guys were part of it. You guys saw it, which is
doesn't
unbelievable.
stop.
If you ever get to see, you saw a family grow.
Right, so you can see that Catherine takes charge, right? She is the head of the household, if you will. She's the brains behind it. Like, there's not a thought between Austin's eyes. Look at that dumb look. That's how he lives his life. That is the embodiment of Austin. While his wife just blabs and blabs and blabs. And not to mention the cheating scandals between the Ace family as well. Absolutely crazy stuff in there as well. Tana tweeted a while ago in June saying, one time Austin Mcbroom was cheating on Catherine with a random girl and she left a lipstick in his car. Then I was sitting with Jake in a car and he gets a FaceTime. It's from Austin crying and Catherine yelling, "Is this Tana's lipstick?" Austin says it is. And it wasn't. So Tana, you know, she likes to stir the pot, but either way, this isn't the first allegation that I've seen come up about Austin. And why wouldn't somebody leave if they're cheating, right? Unless there was no love to begin with in this relationship and it's all about cold hard cash. Austin is part of this cash cow. Austin is part of Catherine's millions of dollars. Austin is part of an entire situation that Catherine can't leave, right? Catherine can't take the kids and go. Austin can't take the kids and go because if they split up, now they lose their audiences. There's a lot of extra stuff that goes on, right? Stuff might get messier. And not to mention the fact that they have built this huge illusion, which going back to their house video, they kind of break a little bit. They've created this illusion that their life is perfect and that they're perfect and that they're the most beautiful, you know, glamorous people and stuff. But you can see in their house video that there's lots of mess ups, right? Even some of the old content that they've uploaded as well, where you can see Austin Mcbroom slapping his daughter's butt and saying,
God, I can't.
Right, and Catherine's right there, doesn't stop anything. So not only is there very creepy situations that come out with these guys as well, but on top of that, this illusion that they've created would be shattered. And then on top of that, Catherine loses out on millions and millions of dollars, right? Her millions of dollars. She sees Austin as a cash cow and as an accessory to her lifestyle and couldn't possibly leave him, regardless of if there's cheating or not on either side. These are just a handful of instances where I think Catherine is fully in control of what's going on and fully in control of Austin and her family's positions, right? This isn't the only examples, but these are the ones that I really wanted to point out the most to begin with. And I really think Catherine deserves a lot more of the backlash, whereas Austin's getting the majority of it. Yes, Austin has a handful and his hands in multiple scams, and I think he deserves the backlash that he was getting as well. But Catherine is definitely not innocent in these situations, and I think she might be the one completely orchestrating the whole thing to begin with. I think she's the brains behind it, and that's really that. So this has been Catherine Mcbroom's video. If you enjoyed, there's a subscribe button down here. Click it, hit the bell. I would definitely appreciate it. Watch my content. If you made it this far, man, this is a long video. I think this is one of my longest videos I've ever done. So if you made it this far, I definitely appreciate it. And if you're interested as well, I have this members tab if you want to support me as well. It's like $3 to $20 or something along those lines. It is monthly. You get nothing essentially for it, but I would appreciate it. So you would get my gratitude. But beyond that, thank you for watching my videos regardless. And we'll see you in the next one.